What is going on, guys? It's Keith from Black Quarterback Series, and we don't really have enough to talk about, but we're going to talk about it. Let's go. So, a lot of randomness. So, Deshaun Watson's restructuring his contract. Essentially, they just said, "Hey, bro, can we extend the money?" And they're just going to push the money down. Now, I haven't done none of the deep dives into the minutia and all that of it, but essentially, they're restructuring his contract. He's not giving back any money. It's all guaranteed. So my context clues of the whole thing is that they're gonna just push the money down. Like Deshaun Watson might be a Jeopardy question. They might be paying Deshaun Watson up until he's like 2050 or something like that, right? So I'm kind of disappointed in that. I kind of wish Deshaun Watson was just released so he can go on. I said this on Instagram, so he can go about his business. Because I think Deshaun Watson needs to get away from football. But I get it. He won his money. He want to prove people that he can still play. So I don't know. I guess we will see. We will see. But yeah. So Deshaun Watson restructures, and Cleveland Browns are going to be the Cleveland Browns. We'll talk more about the Cleveland Browns in my video that I'm probably going to do next week about the teams that are not making the playoffs. So stay tuned to that. Brock Bowers, the man owns a 60-year-old with the most receiving yards ever since Mike Ditka. I think it's receiving yards. If it's receiving yards or receiving touchdowns, you guys will see it on the screen. But yeah, so he owns that record, and he also owns the receptions record, which I don't think he'll own that very long because Malik Neighbors it was also on that graph. So I would expect them to be 1 and 2 in that. So shout out to them two guys. Them guys are playing phenomenal. The Giants can't even lose correctly, which is funny to me. Like as a Giants fan, I'd be thoroughly upset. But hey, these guys get paid to play football too. So. Also, I got AR, Anthony Richardson. He was hurt. He should have played in this game, but he was hurt. And obviously, he's done for the season. The Colts are not making the playoffs. I saw enough from Anthony Richardson this year to be tricked into thinking that he's going to take that leap next year. But health is going to be a big concern for him. Like I talked about Jaden Daniels in my video before this. Link will be up top and at the end. And how at the end of the game, I was scared he was going to get hurt. But hey, hopefully AR can stay healthy next season and he can be Cam Newton Jr. like I've been wanting him to be since he got into the league. We saw a lot of good from him. He had some game-winning drives. After he got benched, same thing with Bryce Young. After he got benched, he played better. So hopefully they can take them steps with him, develop a team around him, and he'll be better next year. What else obviously, Saquon Barkley, MVP stake. So he's 2,000. He has rushed for 2,001 yards. He's about 100 or so yards away from the record. I don't think he's going to get it because I don't think he's going to want to force it. If I was his coach, I'd be like, you got the first half to get it. If you don't get it in the first half, we're not forcing you out there to get it. So we're going to run the first half, and we're going to try to get you the record in the first half, but if you don't get it in the first half, oh well, Only 8 other guys have rushed for 2K, and I think I got it on the screen. Only 8 guys have rushed for 2K. So you're still in an elite group. You're just not at the top of that group, right? And for my radio listeners, make sure you go to youtube.com/Black Quarterback Series Podcast so you can see the graphic and the screen and all the good stuff. Go over there and subscribe. It's more of me. So shout out to him. This gives me the time to flip into the MVP discussion. So Saquon Barkley, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson, right? I think if Saquon gets the record, he's the MVP. I don't think there's nothing to talk about at that point. I think it's the same way with Russell Westbrook and the triple doubles. They gave him that MVP because he broke the record for triple doubles. If he beats this record, which ain't been close to be beaten since AP in 2012 when he was 8 yards away from it. I think he deserves it. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has been special. And in any other year, he would be runaway MVP. But I sat there and listened to Tony Romo say, Josh Allen should get the MVP because Lamar Jackson already has two. And that's the same BS that they used to keep Jordan from getting more MVPs and to keep LeBron from getting more MVPs. That that's stupid. We can't make rules for people we just want to see win. You know what I mean? Like it's that irks me. And then we can't change the president just because we want these people to win. Josh Allen is not having the best season compared to these two guys. Lamar Jackson is about to have the highest QBR in NFL history if he plays like up to his standard next week. Josh Allen is not doing that. Josh Allen been padding stats all year. So to say Josh Allen deserves to blah, 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 it's like, come on. But that's Tony Romo. He loves himself some Josh Allen, whatever. But I think it's Saquon, Lamar, then Josh Allen. I put Josh Allen will be on my ballot, but to put Josh Allen ahead of Lamar for just because you want him to win it, it's crazy to me. Like he has a better record, but his numbers are not comparable. If his numbers were comparable, you'd be like, okay. But the interceptions are way too high, considering Lamar literally should have not thrown any interception this year. So my MVP ballot, granted, if I had one, will be Saquon, Lamar, Josh. And Saquon is only number one if he beats the record. If he does not beat the record, I'll put him in number 3. So we talked about the Jets. We talked to Prime. I talked about this on the radio exclusive. Shout out to Prime, Deion, Coach Sanders, for getting his boys and Travis Hunter in the NFL. You can say what you want about him, but like I said last week, when Jackson State ended up well like they wanted it to, Deion, it ended well like he wanted it to, and then got the number one quarterback in the country who happens to look like us too. So he'll probably be in the league in a few years. We're gonna try to keep our best to. I'm looking forward to following his career as well. You can't do nothing but give Deion his props. He's doing what he said he was gonna do. 9-4 in the season. I think they said this is their second winning season in like 20 years. Didn't nobody know who Colorado Buffalo was unless you stayed in the area. So he turned him into a household name. So shout out to Deion. Shout out to Coach Prime. So the last topic we have is the Vikings, Philly, and the Lions trying to get the number 1 seed. So it's crazy because Philly is locked into the number 2 if I'm not mistaken. But we have the Lions and Minnesota playing each other, which I'm assuming is going to be the primetime game. I don't see what else would be the primetime game. That's the game we all want to see. This game is going to be electric, right? NFC North showdown for the right to have a playoff game, a home playoff game. I want Detroit to win because I want to see Detroit lose in the Super Bowl to Baltimore, right? So whoever wins this game next week, hopefully it's in primetime, will get a home playoff game, and whoever does not win drops all the way to the 5 seed and has to go on the road, probably to LA, most likely, probably to LA. I hate the way that's structured. But if you're a Super Bowl contender, you should win that game. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the NFC Championship game as well. So I'm looking forward to that game. Shout out to my homeboy who's a Vikings fan. Hopefully your team like lays down so Detroit can take it. But that's really all I got for you guys. Hey, if you're listening to me on the radio, YouTube.com/Black Quarterback Series, Instagram.com/Black Quarterback Series podcast. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.